He was thrown to the ground, kicked repeatedly, his arms and legs held down while he says another athlete tried to sexually assault him.
The hazing nightmare taking place at a football summer camp. He told CBS 2 investigator Dave Savini when he reported it to the coaches and the school, things only got worse.
Anthony Brookman shares his love of football with his little brother. He started playing at age 7 in area youth leagues and was excited to play in high school and for all the fun that goes with it.
Like one of those good high school movies, you know, I wanted to kind of be like that.
But in 2017, the summer before his freshman year even began, all that changed.
What did they take away from you that day?
I felt like they basically took everything away from me.
He went to Reed Custer High School summer football camp in Braidwood, run by this man, Coach Mark Wolf. It was there where Brookman said hazing persisted.
We're out here to talk about this hazing case.
Sure.
Brookman said the hazing even had a special name, smoke.
Every time you heard smoke, somebody was getting bent over.
He says he was on the school track the first time he got smoked by older players.
And he's like, "You want some smoke?" I'm just saying no. Come on, you want some smoke? You want some smoke? And just keeps repeatedly saying it.
And at just 135 pounds, he was an easy target.
This dude's like 6'2", 6'3", 300 and something pounds. He would take his hand, grab the back of my neck, and force me down.
It happened 3 times in 2 months, he said.
And it felt like the third time they just said, "Screw it, let's just give him all we got." The first guy who slapped me twice and knocked me down, he kicked me in my right side onto my ribs.
He describes how multiple players ganged up on him and attempted to assault him sexually.
They put the shirt over my head, took my shorts off to my ankles, and they pulled my legs up so that he can get his finger to my body part. I was yelling for help, stop. They were just saying to others, "Anyone jumps in, you're next."
Brookman said the worst pain came from a big player kneeling with crushing power on his chest.
It felt like I was shot in my lung. I couldn't breathe.
When his parents saw him, they rushed him to the hospital.
They thought he might have had a punctured lung or even heart damage due to the pressure on his chest.
They put him through a rape test. And that's about what broke me down.
The Brookmans blame the football coaches for repeatedly failing to stop the hazing.
It destroys you as a parent. All I can say is sheer anger, just anger.
One of the coaches actually watched it happen to me twice, but didn't do anything about it.
He says the head coach didn't see his attack, but knew all about the hazing ritual.
What went on?
All questions right now are being asked to be responded through to the superintendent's office.
He refused to talk about what happened to Brookman.
As a coach, as a former coach, what do you have to say about hazing in general? Thank you.
So what happened to the players who Brookman says assaulted him?
I would tell the principals, but the principals wouldn't do anything about it.
We spoke to the superintendents. Nothing was done at that level. And we were told, since it was a week or 2 before school starting, that their rules don't apply.
He said the problem was handed off to the athletic department, and a few players only got a 3-game suspension.
To our knowledge, nobody who sexually assaulted Anthony missed a day of school.
Attorney Sean Collins, who represents the family, says the school's principal protected the abusers.
They need to be held accountable, and part of the reason why is so everybody in the school can see. And they all need to get the message. You don't treat one of your fellow students this way.
But Braidwood police took action. 3 teens were arrested and charged as juveniles with aggravated battery in the public way, a felony.
You were the coach of these children.
Sir.
Soon after, Coach Mark Wolf chose to resign as head coach, though he still teaches at the school. You would think that's the end of the story. It's not. Word that the family called police spread fast, and in this small town known for its nuclear power plant, people quickly took sides.
We've had a few families that just don't talk to us anymore.
Right. A lot of people look at us like we're the family who is making a big deal over something that isn't a big deal.
Life at school for Anthony actually got worse. He was repeatedly tormented and bullied by other students on social media. One student wrote, "He's just a and ratted everyone out." Another said to Brookman, "You are just a that overreacted." But the most vicious attacks were said right to him.
They would just tell me to kill myself, I'm a little bitch. My family's psychotic. I'm going to go nowhere in life. I'm worthless.
Did the school punish those offenders?
Not one person who screwed with me or bullied me around got one detention.
You hold your child in your arms for the first time, and you'd swear to God that you'd never let nothing happen to them. And for this to happen just makes me feel like I failed as a father for not stopping it, not being there for him.
Brookman stopped playing football, stopped going out. He was forced to see his attackers at school, where he struggled. He says he became depressed and suicidal.
I'm not suicidal anymore, but I am still depressed, hurt.
The 3 teens are back in court in January. If convicted, they could get anywhere from probation to being locked up until they are 21. Braidwood's school superintendent would not talk about Brookman's case, but said they have a code of conduct and they follow it. He has since, Anthony has since left that school and he's in another school, but what courage.
Right, to come forward, especially the stigma that often surrounds this. He's not just doing it for himself, though, but for other kids like him.
And he says he's been talking to groups about suicide and about, going forward with life. And he's doing his best to help others right now.
As a parent, it's never the wrong thing to advocate for your kid.
How difficult is this right now?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Dave.